Welcome everybody back to Hearts and Minds Sales Training. And today is January 8th, 2026. And we're going to be talking about number 3 on our list of 4 things. On our list of 4 things that you should be doing in sales to help you grow your business and take care of your clients. And we've talked about be yourself. We've talked about, client care and what that looks like. Making sure you're honest with your clients, you're straightforward with them all the time, and you're putting their needs ahead of your own. Now we're going to talk about part 3, and that's to stay in contact and no part-time. So what does that mean? What does it mean to stay in contact? Well, it just depends on what kind of sales you're in and what that sales cycle looks like, but it goes beyond that. So first, let's just talk about sales. So in sales, usually people remember the last person that they talked to. So you may be the world's greatest car salesman, but if someone comes to your dealership and they look and they don't buy that day and you just write them off, they're going to go to the next person that's on their list and go see a car there. And if that salesperson does a better job than you do of staying in contact with them, in other words, he doesn't make the sale or she doesn't make the sale that day, if they call them back the next day and say, hey, have you considered this option or that option? Even if they're not ready to buy then, that was the last person that made contact with them. And a lot of times, that's who they're going to buy from, is the person that is top of mind. So in sales, you want to be top of mind, especially during the sales process. It doesn't matter what it is you're selling. You want to make sure, now you don't want to bug your clients, right? You don't want to call them and say, hey, beautiful sky we got today, right? And be fake and phony, because we talked about how people can sniff out someone that's being phony. But generally care about them and say, hey, I just want to make sure you got all your questions answered. Is there anything that has come up that I can help you with? And don't just leave it for chance for them to call you back. Beyond the sales cycle, now we get into, being in constant contact with the client. What does that look like? Well, that might mean sending them a handwritten note maybe once a month. Stick one of your business cards in there just to remind them that you're still in the business. They may have friends or family that are looking for the product you sell. And again, they're going to remember the last name that they were given. And if you were the last name that they saw, that's who they're going to recommend. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with how well or, how poorly you performed, unless it was just really bad. It's got more to do with, hey, this guy is really, he's staying in contact with me. He's a good guy, good gal. She's always calling me, like I hear from her like once a quarter, once a month, whatever it might be. They send me, a birthday card, a Christmas card. This person really wants to earn your business, so this is who I'd recommend you talking to. So that's the kind of thing we're going to be talking about in the next couple of videos. So stay tuned for more of staying in contact with your clients and how that'll benefit you in the sales process. God bless you and have a fantastic day.